looking at some of the office buildings, and there's a recent trend where we're seeing some of these office buildings. There's going to be, I think, 3 or 4 office buildings over the next couple weeks that are going to be auctioned off. And so you don't tend to see auction or office buildings in Chicago, so this is a Class A market, being auctioned off. And that is just because there is no market. And so you could see buyers come in and buying them for, say, could be $20 a square foot for office buildings. And the reason that's going to sell so cheaply is that there's no demand around there for people to come in. People are going to have to hold them for a couple of years. They're going to have to spend money. And it's still a big risk.
Alex?
I have 2 answers. So, being in the so closely associated with the logistics world and warehousing, I have to agree. Right now, we're calculating we're at 2% vacancy right now. We used to be able to flip warehouses and boxes so fast because of the cap rate differential, the arbitrage that existed. Right now, good luck with the interest rates where they are, and the tenants are not able to come up with their, with their lease numbers yet. I'm just talking about warehousing and big boxes. One of the lease groups that is able to do that is the warehousing sector. So, for example, the cost, it's like a perfect storm. The cost of building went up tremendously. I mean, cost of steel, cost of precast. If you order precast now, you're 3/4 away from delivery. Plus, you have the interest rates. You're borrowing money at a much higher rate, so the debt service is much higher. One of the sectors that I know that could afford that is warehousing. So warehousing is one of the sectors that I would absolutely right now start to consider, at least prep to buy land for, with 100 million. So that's 1/3 of the 100 million. The other third of 100 million is I would focus on office space in the loop, the vacant office space. What's interesting to me is the replacement cost. Right now, you cannot rebuild those same buildings for what you're about to buy them for. They're empty. Nobody wants them. Repurposing, redeveloping them, making that into, if you guys remember the Hard Rock Hotel, how cool was that hotel? But that hotel was never meant to be a hotel. But because it was repurposed, and I forgot the art, I should know, being an architect, I should know who designed it. French name, Lucien Lagrange. And there are so many cool little spaces there because it was repurposed. So I think office space in the loop, 100 or a third, and the other third is I would really invest across the board in the prop tech market right now. I think what's happening with the prop tech market, there's billions of dollars being infused into it. Everything from amenities to apps to ways to underwrite, to ways to predict growth. So, well, maybe not a third, that's a lot of money, but a percentage of that 100 million would be just across the board, top 10, top 20 prop tech startups. So warehousing, office, dead office space in the loop, because for residential, it's all about amenities and, what are the amenities? Transit-oriented development. Everybody loves to get on the train. Look what's happening now that the Bears might be moving to Arlington Heights. Follow that line up. We're doing a lot of stuff in Woodstock now. Woodstock. The only thing Woodstock had was Groundhog Day. And they're still they're having Groundhog Day festivals. Right now, Woodstock is just 3 stops down from potentially, so Loop has everything. So that would be my, answer.
Okay. I think I agree with you on the office thing, and I would put all 3/3 of my money there, because it feels like the commercial real estate market is the only kind of product where people run away when it's on discount. And for me, I'm going to be running towards a discount. if you have the vision and you have the patience for it, it's a great product for really cheap, and I think it will rebound. So before we go with our next question, can you take some questions from the audience? Anybody has any thoughts for us, questions?
Yep. So, in the construction industry, a particular issue is lead times for material, equipment. I come from the HVAC industry, and it's been a very large challenge. So I was just wondering, from your guys' perspective, developers and investors,